Hello guys, welcome back to the Sino-Soviet Union playthrough. In the last episode, I took over Ireland, Dema took over, I believe, Costa Rica, and the US went ahead and attacked Grenada based off a scripted event, but without justification, and ruined themselves in the eyes of most of the world. This then led them to start producing military bases and military units on an unprecedented scale. They have millions of troops deployed, and they're not stopping their increase in mobilization anytime soon. It's just constantly going up to unreasonable levels, on which Dema has decided to chase the US on, because he thinks it will force them to have to keep making more, and that he's encouraging them, basically. I ended up cutting a lot of that out, though, because it's a lot of repetitive stuff that is said. In this episode, though, we get to watch that build up even further and see what happens. Yeah, I did some testing of our save, and it just moves slow. It's even with no other players, even with all the graphical settings changed and any mixture of it. It's just a playthrough that got really laggy. Wow, there's a lot of Nigerian planes helicopters right outside the Gibraltar. What are they doing? Trying to land? Yes, they're all trying to land at the airbase you made in the Gibraltar. They're like going back and forth between landing and chilling there. What the fuck? Do they literally just have no other options up here? That this is how they're choosing to handle this? Well, you got a whole bunch of Nigerian helicopters here in case war breaks out to protect the Gibraltar with you.
At least they're quality helicopters. And not the air blimps.
Did you say they're quality helicopters?
Compared to the blimps.
Compared to blimps, anything's quality. The fucking Zeppelins don't do anything but recon. But these are not quality helicopters, at least not compared to what I can make. I'm over here with my KA-50 werewolves, would put these things to shame.
I was going with the AI, comparing the AI of similar size.
That's a French design. They're using French helicopters. Wait, they don't have military production. Where did they get all of this? I don't understand. Like, is NATO literally just building so many units and then literally just like throwing it like, hey, I noticed you need units. Here you go. And they're like, yeah, units, woo. Is that really how this is all just getting around? I was wondering how a nation like Sweden had all these advanced UK anti-tanks, because the UK was making more than they needed and then just handing it off to people or selling it to them. And France probably has been doing the same. They've just been overbuilding military and then just handing it out to the rest of the world that's blue, which is the rest of the world, except our allies they're not giving stuff to. Otherwise, we'd be able to see that. But hey, Nigeria flipped, and if it wasn't for NATO giving them a bunch of shit, they'd have nothing. And they have a lot. An air defense system. And this railroad over here doesn't need to be here. So let's get rid of it. Because this doesn't lead anywhere. I'm sure there was a town there at some point before the nukes dropped. And now there's nothing there, so we don't need to worry about it. It's fine. Our friends Argentina are in the red. How did that happen?
I don't know, but that's not my problem.
That's more your problem than mine, because they're on the half the world you're going for. Oh, the light infantry of Japan actually looks visually different to yours. Yours looks like they're riding more in like BTRs. The Japanese looks like they're riding in Humvees. I love seeing these new-aged, like, post-World War II, early 60s Japanese tanks right next to the mid-World War II Japanese tanks. They look so much different. Damn, Canada's sitting on some money. They're also the second nation to cross 1 trillion in debt. I bet I know where they got the money from. Oh my god. The United Kingdom still has units alive. These must have just been like gifted to the UK. They have supply trucks, only supply trucks, sitting in Belgium, but they don't exist. They're dead. They're an exiled nation. That means they have no territory. But they have military units? Fucking heavy supply trucks? What the fuck?
Look at India. Western part.
Oh, yeah, that is a fuck ton of units. Yeah, you're just sending shit over like crazy. You're preparing for the war. How many units are you getting over there? Oh man, look at all... How has this game not broken you're moving so many units? What the fuck? Look at all the merchant marines already. Leaving from Wuhan. Yeah, go bring them Corona! Do you have a goal, by the way? Like, how strong you want to see yourself in Mexico before you're ready to take on the U.S.?
My goal is to try to have enough units to attempt to steamroll the U.S.
Well, I'll tell you what, if we get lucky and the US doesn't get any help, and somehow I get directly involved in the war, I will still go for Alaska and take care of that for you. I imagine someone somewhere will get involved, especially in Europe, so I'm not preparing an all-out offensive on the US or anything, just because I'm prepared to fight someone in Europe. Which will be easy for me. I'll just move right through my allies.
Yeah, just go for West Germany and
have never been declared war on either. Meaning we don't know if we get attacked, if any of our allies will get involved. If they do, that'll be interesting. If they don't, well, then they're just a buffer I get to move through. The US hasn't taken out any debt in a good long while. Their credit rating is moving at very minuscule paces, but they do seem to have found a way to balance out their treasury around 14.5 to 14 bill. Hey, the US actually started producing a little bit of uranium. A little bit. One of my colonies completely paid off its debt, and the others have been making slow but steady progress. And I haven't sent them any money in a while. My god, you're sending so many troops. How many fucking troops is this? Oh my god.
We'll find out once they all start landing.
God, there's so many units on their way.
I don't think this is enough units, Raz. I think I gotta send more. And you know what? Battle zone, top priority, offensive.
Oh, you're going to war, aren't you? Once these guys are here, you're going to war.
I have my entire military out. Well, not the entirety, but a decent chunk. I think the US survived long enough.
You're actually going to do this.
I'm weighing my options.
This will be interesting. I'm starting to pump out a couple of my newest tank, the T-94. A couple. But my guy is still pumping out a bunch of artillery. Like, he's going for a full modernization of the arty pieces right now. Oh hey, I finally got to delighted world market opinion. You know what that means? Let me show you.
You do more stuff.
Ukraine is no more. I wanted to eat up that pop. I just got to 500 million now. I want to get up there with the US a little bit more. And a quick 57 million is pretty nice. Let's see, and I'm only back down to pleased, so that's perfect. But these boys had a very excessive amount of production facilities in terms of air and naval and ports everywhere that I'm gonna get rid of. Because the production of you guys is so high, this didn't even bring my production up past you. Leaving me with 20 air, 27 naval, 32 land, and 4 missile. I'm tempted to get rid of these 5 airs that I just got. Damn, Soviet Union is looking real nice now with that Ukraine taking over. Looks good. With a quick annexation of Ukraine, though, I ended up with as much naval production as you have. I got rid of one of these aircraft production sites. I'm gonna probably get rid of another at the very least. Ukraine had so many fucking ports. I don't understand why a country would need this many ports in the same spots. They're not even piers, they're ports. Looks like Soviet Japan's officially out of money. Ended at 729 bill in debt. US, by the way, is still building more and more production for its military. It's currently building 2 aircraft productions. It hasn't gone ahead and tried to make a single naval production. It's just pumping out land and air. 4 of my colonies, the ones that I've been helping... Actually, no, one of them isn't even... Okay. 4 of them, out of the 5 I've been helping, are in the top countries for money. And to see the other one, you only have to scroll down a little bit. My colonies have more money than most of the countries in the game. What the fuck? Wait, a country just went to Warsaw Pact aligned from leaning with nothing to cause it? When's the last time that happened?
Okay, Res, what tile do I need to send it to get it out of the water?
Are you... What do you mean?
Look at Nicaragua.
Huh. You have more than one thing like that. I was actually literally just looking at landing craft that you have on a lake tile in my territory. You probably just try like the fucking village or something. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
I had to go hit unload.
You got one like that in my territory too. He has orders to go all the way to the Americas, but he's just in a lake in my territory, southeast of Leningrad, or St. Petersburg, as you might know it from modern day, northwest of Moscow. Oh, there's another one to the west of it, just to the west of it. There's another one. In between the border of Estonia and me. There's just another one. You guys are taking such weird paths.
Oh no, I'm not gonna question
I've
it.
never seen that happen, so to see it happen 3 times in a row is pretty entertaining.
It's time to bid farewell to a colony.
Uh-oh. Where will the pink consume? Let's find out. It was Australia!
They were under 1 million. They were deflating fairly hard.
Yeah. Well, Australia is now China.
I'm looking at you, Chinese India. Don't make me annex you too.
Wow. You are still delighted by the world market after annexing your own fucking colony. What the fuck? Kind of fucking bullshit. How does that make any sense at all?
I am untouchable now.
Hey, I'm just gonna consume a colony, not just a colony, but a continent into my country? Like, what is your land statistics now? Like, that's so much higher. You just annexed a fucking continent, Dema. You just annexed a whole fucking continent, just like that. You just got all their research centers. You just got the most military production in the entire world.
And the world market's like, yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Speaking of military production, I'm gonna go ahead and make another missile production. Ever. I've never made another missile production in this playthrough. And I'm gonna go ahead and plop down another missile production. I still can't believe North Vietnam is operating with no debt. Like, just getting out of war, and now they just have no debt at all. They're just one of the most perfectly functional countries in the world, except that their domestics actually have people emigrating more than immigrating, but they're not losing pop.
It's time for the end game. And time to unpause. We're going to see the repercussions of this move.
Do you want to go back?
We might have to. I only killed like 5 million of their people.
Like, they've killed over 1,000 of yours, and you've killed only a couple hundred at the moment.
Yeah, I am not ready for this.
And that's with, like, my ships killing them too.
I am not ready for this right now.
Yeah, alright, so reload.
Yeah, and I am not declaring war at all.
It seems though, from some mixture of things, probably like spies and stuff, when we declare war, they don't fight back, you know?
It was a good test to see who got involved.
I feel like my build a wall strategy actually probably would have helped a lot there. I now, after seeing three of these instances happen now, I have confidence that I can roll over Europe, go for Jordan, do whatever I want, and probably nobody will get involved. Probably. I mean, Jordan, as far as I know, hasn't violated anything of mine. So Italy may get involved, but will they really? I don't know. It's weird, because I've never seen the AI act like this before.
From a military strength perspective, it wasn't worth it, but from the data that was obtained from it, I would say that part was worth it.
It's a shame. It really is a shame that we cannot actively see who we can cite these provocations against when we declare war. Because I feel like that's a big part of it. But then again, it wasn't with Ethiopia when they were attacked by Somaliland. One thing I'd say that benefited is letting you know that you need to fortify that border more, like I said. Not just like where these towns are. You need like literally a wall.
Well, I can't build Trump's wall.
But you can build trenches. You can build emplacements. Emplacements are better than trenches. You can build emplacements all down the fucking thing if you wanted. That would allow you to put at least a bare minimum amount of garrisons everywhere.
Start building that war justification on whatever target you want.
I've been building it on Austria just so I can get my little natural staging point. Okay, so here's part of why I want to go for Austria. Because this opens up a couple opportunities. I could then go for Jordan and see if I provoke Italy. If I do provoke Italy, nobody else should get involved. And then I could steamroll through Italy and take down Italy. I could attack Switzerland, which is allied with only 2 people at the moment, France and the United States. The United States sends troops here, they're fucked. If France gets involved, well, I push through Switzerland into France. Easy. Or West Germany. Now, this comes about 2 ways. They only have 6 allies. US, Portugal, Netherlands, Denmark, Belgium, Philippines. All countries that I wouldn't really have to worry about because, again, if the US came over here, then you're going to fuck them right in the ass. And they probably won't come over here. All these other countries, that's basically just a free, hey, I'm going to go fuck them up. Or you attack the Philippines, and then if West Germany attacks you, which I feel like they wouldn't, but if they did, then that gives me a free chance to just attack them. I steamroll West Germany, it opens up even more targets. Those are my 3 options and the ways to go about it that as I see it. They all revolve, well, not all, but 2 out of 3 of them revolve around using Austria as a staging point, so I am going to take Austria. Oh my god, Canada actually passed 100 million people. In real life, they haven't even hit 50.
Yeah, it's weird with populations. I'm around real life, China's numbers close to it, not quite there. The US is almost double their pop.
I am way past the Soviet Union's actual population. I've now gotten more of a growth spurt than the US has in percentage and in raw numbers since the start of the playthrough.
That's because of everything you did.
Like owning the UK, even after nuking the shit out of them. Because they had such a crazy growth spurt. Annexing Ukraine, annexing a bunch of other things.
Fun fact, all these emplacements are expensive. The sheer number I built that are still building are expensive.
7.28 mil each, 3,000 tons of industry good, 534 military.
Look how many I placed though.
I know, I see. These overall are honestly about the same cost as placing down a timber mill, funny enough. By the way, do you see, have you noticed east of that Heroica place, east of there, there's still that doubled emplacement that finishes in 8 days? There's still that one doubled emplacement.
I'm not seeing a doubled emplacement.
East of the Heroica place?
I'm looking at Heroica.
It is exactly 12 hexes to the right, to the east. Exactly 12 hexes away.
I'm still not seeing it.
Turn on your measuring tool, put it on Heroica Nogales, and start going to the east. And count 12 hexes. There is a north and a south emplacement on the 12th hexes.
I'm not seeing it.
I'm looking right at it.
I literally see it going tile, like diagonal from each other.
Where that anti-tank is driving up right now, he's literally going on the northern one. You see the one right to the south of it?
Holy crap, that blended in very well.
All you needed to do was hover over the tile. Oh, you have your fucking ownership colors off, right? You don't have the ownership filter on. I turned off the ownership filter and I couldn't even see that emplacement.
I noticed that was one expensive venture.
Yeah, but it's gonna be worth it. You'll be able to put garrisons galore across this border. So if the US attacks you, you have a much better chance at grinding away at them. You are gonna need when these are done. Not only should you maximize, by the way, you should enable auto repair in the theater. Or in the battle zones, at the very least. For every single one of these. You want to be able to cover that whole line in auto repair, because these things can be broken. They are not as well put together as if you built a military complex and put fortifications on it. It's not that good. Enough focused artillery fire can break through one of these, for example.
If one gets broken, I'll just put a fortification up in its place.
Well, that would take a military complex. That would take a while. I know. Make another line of these.
No, I know. Put military complexes behind these.
I'm not gonna lie. A cheap alternative for a second line would actually just be to put trenches behind them.
Why not put trenches in front of them?
Because that's on the US side of the border.
Exactly.
That's not how that works.
Build a trench and make them pay for it. I know, Res. I'll dig a trench and then put another emplacement behind it.
Trench warfare. Except it's not trenches. It's just pillboxes lining a border. So, in that Ciudad Juarez place to the west of that, you didn't put an emplacement on the north tile, you put it a tile back, and that irrationally bothers me a little bit.
If it's where I think it is, it wouldn't let me.
Because I don't see why that one wouldn't let you, because there's no river there. It's the same exact tile type as the one right behind it. There's no reason it shouldn't let you.
Okay, now it's letting me. So you know what's going there instead?
A trench.
Yeah.
You're actually gonna put a fucking trench there. Putting a fucking trench there. As much stuff as you've built in Ciudad Juarez, by the way, you can only put 3 garrisons in it. It's actually less defended than those emplacements. Quite frankly, I would have put that barracks one tile back at the military fortress. Just so your units aren't forced out of it with no efficiency.
Yeah, I can fix that.
And then get rid of that barracks and put, another fortification there. Hell, get rid of that coal plant and put a fortification there.
Ooh, they're at 87.
Fabs?
Yup.
Yeah, and they're building another aircraft production as we speak. I feel like if they just keep building fabs, it has to bite them in the ass eventually, you know? You want to see something beautiful now, by the way? Not all your emplacements are done, but most of them are, so you can still see. Turn off the ownership, just to get a better look at this. You can leave it on, too. You'll still notice it. And then turn on the defensive terrain filter. And even the close combat filter, if you want, as well. Side note, I think San Luis Rio Color near Mexicali can have extra fortifications. It doesn't look like you built everything there that you can build. Same thing at Mexicali. Those don't look full.
One at a time. Hey, US, your wall's built. You're just not gonna like it.
We built the wall and we paid for it. You're welcome. We're not Mexican though, we're Chinese. Fucking here's the wall. Made in China. Sorting by total army staff at this point is absolutely insane. It's just, this is so incredible.
I mean, it's just you, me, and the US.
They're just so far above everybody else in total deployed army staff. It's ridiculous. Ooh, that is a nice capital ship. Needs 21st century naval vessels. Gimme, gimme. That looked amazing. Holy hell. It's time to start sending some troops to prepare for my takeover of Austria. Guess what time it is?
Time for a war.
If you can even call it that.
I mean, they could give you a small fight.
I only sent like 69 troops over here just because I don't expect it to be that tough. By the way, I just realized we've been playing on very fast this entire time instead of fastest. That's a whoops.
It's fine.
And I took the capital.
I don't see the capital icon.
It's there. It's there.
We took their capital.
And it's gone. And they surrendered. And... what? Germany? Am I seeing this? No, Italy. Am I seeing this wrong? Or did Germany and Italy just annex parts of this? They did. Germany and Italy just literally annexed the western half of Austria without even being in the war. I didn't know. That would explain how France got that UK island. I didn't realize shit like that could happen.
Oh, wait. Was it because it was, loyal to it?
No, it was loyal to Austria. It was Austrian loyal lands, and they just fucking got it. They were just given it. I mean, okay. I still have all the borders. Well, okay, I don't have all the borders I was going for. Now I don't have a border with Switzerland.
It's showing loyalty to Germany for that part of Austria that they took. And same for Italy.
No, it's not.
Turn on
your loyalty map, click on the hex, go to land, and you will see that it says loyalty to Austria. And if you don't believe me, then when this video posts, I will be sure to highlight this loyalty map and what I'm looking at. It was loyal to Austria. Innsbruck, for example. That hydro plant next to it. The mountains to the south of it. This was all Austria. And if you click on Innsbruck and you look at the land tab, you will see that that is Austrian loyalty.
And Bolzano is loyal to Italy, same with...
Pretty sure that was already part of Italy. But that was already part of Italy.
I'm just trying to look at locations that...
I mean, I can see it, Demo, if I turn on the loyalty map. And quite frankly, it looks like the fucking shape of Austria was, in fact, just taken over here. Hell, it looks like Switzerland got some of it. Yeah, Switzerland got some of their land, too. Why did we all get land as if we all took part in this? How the hell did that happen?
Wait, I think I know what happened.
What happened?
What if the game couldn't properly generate ownership to you, and it just took the nearest countries?
That doesn't make sense.
That's the only logical explanation I can think of.
How is that a logical explanation? That's just making up a random scenario with no premise.
I was just going with maybe that was their fail-safe method to prevent the game from erroring out.
I think you're making this up completely out of your ass. That's what I think.
I never said it was exactly what's going on. I said it's a possibility with the way if they code, depending on how they coded it.
I would find it weird that this is the first time I'm seeing this possibility ever. If you wanted to come up with logical conclusions, then a far more logical conclusion would have been, well, my supply didn't project that far, whereas the supply of these countries surrounded this area, therefore their supply allowed them to claim it after the war was over, during the annexation. That would be a logical conclusion. Coming up with a situation that has not happened is not logical. That's the opposite of logic. The next target of mine will end up being Jordan. I really wish West Germany would attack me. Fucking do it, 95%. Do it, I fucking dare you. Fucking do it.
What if the US and West Germany attacked you?
If the US attacks me, I don't really care. What are they gonna do? Blow up my navy? What do I need my navy for? What? Tell me one thing I need my navy for that is actually important. Don't tell me these little islands of Portugal or Iceland. Tell me something important that I need my navy for.
To protect your land at Petropavlovsk. So they don't set
what?
your peninsula on your eastern side where the US can funnel in troops and then move westward.
You think I'm gonna protect this with my navy?
It is an entry point.
The US would be crazy to try to funnel a bunch of troops over here. I would literally see them coming.
And proud Indonesia.
I could scrap everything over here. Not even scrap, destroy, but scrap too. Before they could ever reach here, they'd have no landing point, no supply. Any landing craft that landed would be stuck here in a wasteland. Attacking Russia through this point would be retarded, especially if I got rid of the railroads I made. Fucking, they can have the port if they want. I could leave the port. So long as I got rid of the railroad, which doesn't take that long, they would not get anywhere. Hell, the railroad never even finished building because it couldn't get supply everywhere that I placed down the tracks. That is how bad the supply is over here. I should build some supply depots around this area just to finally have these things finished.
I never said the AI was smart.
And because they're not smart, the US is about as big of a threat to me right now as I am to them right now. We can't reach each other. Not without preemptive staging. And AI does not stage. Well, here's one way to increase supply. I can get rid of this airfield. Well, and put an air base. But, yeah. I mean, fuck it, right? If they attack here, it could come in handy. It's not like it's covering a large amount of territory. There, put an air base there. Put an air base. Yeah, fuck supply depots. Let's just put down air bases. Yeah, each one of these towns, I guess, I'm just gonna put a fucking air base on it. Including right here. You're losing your airfield and you're getting an air base. Here, you're getting a seaport. And you're getting an air base.